What is up everybody, it's your boy MachoorTV. Today I've got a highly requested video, Ryu's matchup chart. We're gonna talk about which are the matchups that are good for Ryu, which are the matchups that are bad for Ryu. So without further ado, let's go to the matchup chart. So first thing first, we're gonna talk about the poster boy, Luke. The Luke matchup is a tough one. EX Fireball is insanely good and it's really fast. It can punish Ryu's fireballs. On top of that, level 1, it can beat fireballs on reaction if you have the reactions for that. His air DP can also bait Shoryukens if you try to anti-air him. You have to play neutral versus Luke, and Luke's neutral is great. One hit and he has insane corner carry. He can take you to the corner. So now you're in the corner, you have to guess for your life. So we're gonna put Luke in this place. DJ, this matchup is horrendous. You can't win the fireball game. If you try to parry them, if you try to parry the fireballs, DJ can do the fake fireball, and since his drive rush is so fast, he can drive rush you and grab you very consistently. DJ gets so much damage from his EX fireballs into drive rush, making throwing a fireball versus him is very dangerous. On top of that, DJ can play neutral from ranges that make Ryu's normals whiff. So if you try to play buttons and normals with him, these buttons will whiff in some of the ranges, but he can hit you in those very tough or very long ranges. So it makes this matchup very difficult for Ryu. So for that, we're gonna put DJ over here. Zangief, this matchup is a weird one. If the Zangief player doesn't know what he's doing, it can seem like this matchup is in Ryu's favor. However, once the Zangief player knows how to play well, this matchup becomes difficult for Ryu. First of all, Heavy Punch, even if it is charged slightly, has armor and it beats fireballs from close range. Medium Punch and Medium Kick are good tools in neutral versus Ryu. He can whiff punish you if you attempt to throw buttons with standing light kick, and that cancels it to drive rush. Once you are closer to him, trying to press normals or something, you are actually risking getting command grab. So the range for the command grabs are actually great for Zangief. EX Lariat is also projectile invincible from frame 1, so he can punish you. He can punish your fireballs on reaction with EX Lariat if he's close to you. It is also great for anti-air, so if you try to jump him front or back, like cross-ups or something, he will still punish you with EX command grab. EX Lariat. And once Zangief has level 2, you can't throw fireballs. Once Zangief has level 2, it feels like this matchup is over. You can't throw fireballs because if you do, he can punish you on reaction and then initiate his insane mix-ups from there. What is more, his jumping medium kick is also very difficult to anti-air with Shoryukens. So for that reason, we're gonna put Zangief over here. Jaime, this matchup is good when Jaime is in level 0 and level 1 of his drinks. But once Jaime gets to level 2 drink, it becomes difficult for Ryu because he can use the breakdance move to punish fireballs on reaction. Also, he just needs one punish counter from perfect parry, or from if you do like an EXTP or something and he blocks it, one punish counter, okay, and he gets to level 2. Or one of his EX palm moves and then he just gets to level 2. That is why I'm putting this matchup as 5-5, because before level 2 it's good for you, after level 2 it's bad for you. So it's definitely a 5-5. Rasheed, I don't feel like this matchup is bad. I feel like Ryu can play neutral well versus Rasheed. You can whiff punish Rasheed's normals well with Ryu. Also having a solid fireball game versus Rasheed will work in Ryu's favor as well. You can stop Rasheed's jump-ins, shenanigans using jumping and medium punch. Also, once Rasheed does charge fireball in neutral, you can punish him with a heavy tatsu, even from full screen length. We will put this matchup as slightly advantages for Ryu, just because Rasheed can still mix you up. He can still mix you up and win against you, so it's not fully advantageous, but it's slightly advantageous. Manon, this is Ryu's best matchup. She struggles a lot versus fireballs. I feel like her moves that bypass fireballs, I believe it's called reverse, they don't work well versus fireballs from long ranges. She has to be close to you to actually do that, and it would work. I rarely actually get hit with that move. I rarely ever do. Also, Ryu has a very good standing light kick that is 5 frames, and it can punish Manon's standing heavy kick. So her best, which is her best, like her best neutral tool, you know, which is, it's also like -6. So a lot of characters, they have to like rely on medium punches and stuff, while Ryu can do standing light kick and it reaches very far. You know, but you know, a lot of characters also, they cannot punish that because of the pushback, but you know, Ryu can, but not in every situation. Sometimes it can whiff, like your standing light kick can whiff, but in a lot of instances you can punish her. So for that reason, we're gonna put Manon as Ryu's best matchup. Ken, this matchup, it can seem good for Ryu in neutral when both of you are playing the fireball game, like normal fireball game, since Ryu's normal fireballs are better than Ken's. But once Ken does EX Hadouken and it beats your fireball, Ryu throws a normal fireball and Ken throws an EX fireball, it's over. Like it's in Ken's favor, because it immediately shifts the matchup in his favor, because EX Hadouken with Drive Rush puts you in the corner. You can continue the combo with it and put you in the corner, and then now you're guessing for your life. Also, Ken's EX Shoryuken moves horizontally very well and punishes the Ryu's fireballs on reaction, if you have the reaction for that. Ken also has that air EX Tatsu that can bait Shoryuken sometimes if you try to anti-air them. And on the other hand, Ryu can punish Ken's standing heavy kick on block with standing light kick also, which is one of Ken's main tools in neutral. So because of that, we're gonna put this matchup as a 5-5. Guile, this matchup is not good. He wins the fireball game versus Ryu, but you can still play it a little bit, or use parry, since Guile does not have a fake fireball. Parry versus Guile is good for the fireballs, and I also feel like in close range, EX fireball, Ryu's EX fireball versus regular Sonic Boom will knock him down, and you can start your pressure from there. But Guile does not need meter to win this matchup, and Ryu cannot win this matchup without meter. So that is where it becomes a bad matchup. You need to guess right and understand Guile's fireballs pattern. And the problem is that the pattern changes from a Guile to a Guile, or like from a match to a match. So you really have to work really hard to understand the fireball pattern in order to beat Guile with Ryu. Ryu can also punish rolling Sobot kick with his standing light kick on block if the range allows it. If the forward one we're talking about, the forward Sobot kick, if Guile does that and Ryu blocks it, he can punish it with a standing light kick, but you have to be in the right range for that. Cami, I truly hate this matchup. The Ryu versus Cami matchup is really bad. Playing fireballs versus Cami is a very bad and very dangerous idea, since she can do spinning knuckle and punish your fireballs on reaction. EX spinning knuckle is insane, so fast. All versions are safe on block, making it a high reward, low risk move for Cami. Yes, you can bait it with a light Hashogeki, but if you have Denjin charge, you cannot do that. You cannot bait the spinning knuckle. And from mid-range, it will still get punished. If you try to do light Hashogeki from like mid-range, it will still get punished, and as if it's a fireball, because the recovery is not that fast. It's not like Ryu's, it's not like DJ's fake fireball. It will still need some more time to recover. Also, Cami's instant dive kick beats fireballs, and it beats like crouching medium kick when you're trying to play neutral versus her. Standing heavy kick also of Cami allows it to play neutral well versus Ryu from ranges that makes Ryu's fireballs or Ryu's normals whiff. So she can basically pressure you with her normals from like long ranges. Level 3 also beats fireballs from like max range, so she can do it on reaction. Like if you throw a fireball, she has level 3, you'll probably die from that. You will probably take a lot of damage from that. And Hooligan also, I believe she can punish fireballs with it, whether it's a grab or the kick or something. So it's a very bad matchup for Ryu, I feel like. Dalson, this matchup is historically bad one for Ryu. It is here better than what it was for Ryu in Street Fighter V, but I still feel like it's a difficult matchup for Ryu. It's difficult to get in versus Dalson, especially with Ryu, since you don't have a move that actually skips neutral, like for example Ken's Dragon Lash. This matchup would be better if Ryu had a move like that, but unfortunately it does not. You have to get in versus Dalson, which is difficult, and you have to stay in. You have to find a way to stay in versus Dalson, which is also difficult because he still has his teleport and stuff. So that's why for this reason we're gonna put Dalson over here. Blanca. This is not a good matchup for Ryu. Blanca can play neutral from ranges that make Ryu's normals whiff. His buttons are really good. On top of that, you struggle to get in with Ryu. Once you get in, Blanca can get away very easily with him because he has a DP, he has an invincible DP, he has dry parry, dry reversal, dry impact like every other character, and on top of that he has jumping back Blanca ball, where he just jumps back and then does Blanca ball. The EX1 is also safe on block, so if he does that, now you have to respect his turn. So Blanca's Amazon River Run, which is his slide, can beat and punish fireballs on reaction. Regular Blanca Ball can be punished with DPs, but it's still difficult to deal with, especially the EX Blanca Ball. It's difficult to react to that, but it can be done. Also, this makes, but also once Blanca has like level 3, once he has like 3 bars, he can activate level 2. On fireball reaction, like once you throw a fireball, he can activate level 2 and then punish you with a full screen level 1. The damage is crazy because of the level 2 buff. So for that reason, we're gonna put Blanca as a bad matchup. Chun-Li. This matchup is difficult. She beats Ryu in neutral with her buttons and walk speed. And if you try to zone her out with fireballs, you can do Hazanshu and beat your fireballs and get a big combo from that. Also, she can bait DPs with instant air kicks. Her EX Fireball is also really fast, and regular Fireball can be a problem since she can do it, walk behind it, and the moment you try to beat it with a Fireball or something, she would do Hazanshu and beat your Fireball. So this matchup is not easy, it's definitely very difficult. Marissa. This matchup in the beginning I thought it was really bad for Ryu, but now I don't think it's that bad. It's still bad, but not that bad. Superman Punch, which is the main reason why this matchup is bad, it beats fireballs. She just needs one hit to get in and get the party going, and you have to be careful with your fireball game versus her. But she can't punish fireballs on reaction. She can't do the Superman Punch on reaction and beat fireballs. So for that reason only, it's not a horrible matchup. You can also DP a lot of her Superman Punches variations if you're expecting it, if you are reacting to it, if you have the reactions for that, except for the light one. Okay, the light one is kind of impossible to react to with a DP. However, if any of them whiff, you can whiff punish it well with a standing heavy punch. So for that reason, we're gonna put Marissa as a bad matchup, but not that bad. Kimberly. This matchup is not easy, but manageable. She has a fake jump that beats your DPs for anti-airs, so you have to be aware of that, and your habit of DPing can make you actually lose. If you try to DP every time she jumps, it can make you lose the match. Also, she has an EX teleport called Hidden Variable, and that can punish your fireballs also. She can get like a full conversion from that. Also, her slide punishes fireballs, both the regular one and EX one. However, like once you get in versus Kimberly, you can really hurt her a lot since you have a throw loop in the corner and she does not have an invincible DP. So that's why this matchup is bad, but it's not that bad. So we're gonna put it right over here. Lily. This matchup is good most of the time until she gets stuck. Your goal should be to not let her get stuck. Also, once you get in, you have to hurt her a lot, since she does not have an invincible DP. Once she gets stuck, she can beat your fireballs with contour spike. But if she gets in and you block it, you can EX DP. And you can also perfect parry and get a DP. With other characters don't have options to punish the condor spike even if they get a perfect parry. So you have some options to deal with her. You can also like drive reversal and just like get her back and get her away. So I feel like she struggles in this matchup, but you have to play it carefully in order to win the Lily matchup. Honda. I feel like Ryu plays well this matchup. I feel like he wins this matchup. Fireballs can zone him out, but you have to be careful of Sumo Smash because that can beat Fireball sometimes. But it's not on reaction, You can stop Sumo. If you can stop Sumo Smash and headbutt with either perfect parry or DP, you can shut down Honda quite well. I also feel like Ryu has of course Ryu has a throw loop in the corner, and because Honda's reversal, his EX Sumo headbutt is not throw invincible, so Ryu can actually like win this matchup. Like once he pressures Honda in the corner, you can just keep doing throws, and if he tries to like EX reversal like with EX Sumo headbutt, the throw will beat it. So you have more options offensively versus Honda than what Honda does versus defensively versus Ryu. So I feel like for this reason, Honda struggles to play versus Ryu, but you can lose the matchup, of course, but still it is definitely a good matchup for Ryu. Yuri, this matchup is a bit weird. Yes, Ryu can zone her out a bit, okay, not a lot. You can zone her out a bit when she tries to use her ground fireball. I think it's called Saihashu. You can EX Hadouken or Denjin Hadouken if you have it, and stop her from doing the EX ground or the normal ground fireball once you see her doing it and trying to initiate her pressure. But you need to spend the meter, of course, if you don't have the Denjin charge. I feel like once Yuri is in, once she gets in, it is very difficult to deal with her. Her buttons are great, and her pressure is insane. She has plus frames, so it's kind of difficult for Ryu to deal with her once she is in. For that reason, I'm gonna put this matchup as a 5-5. JP, this is Ryu's worst matchup. Okay, I feel like Ryu cannot play neutral in this matchup at all. You get zoned out very easily versus JP. He can EX Ghost on reaction and beat your fireballs. And if you try to parry his fireballs, he can do the fake Ghost and then drive rush and grab you. Ryu really needs to spend his meter to play SF6, Street Fighter 6, and JP wants you to do that. So he can put you in burnout and win because his chip is insane in this match, in this game, basically. Like, versus in this matchup or in every other matchup, if you are burnt out versus JP, he basically won. Basically, I feel like playing neutral versus JP with Ryu is being in mid-range and trying to react to one of his fireballs by jumping and punishing him, which is not a great strategy. It's not a real strategy, it makes this matchup very inconsistent, because what if they don't throw a fireball that you can react to, and this whole thing just makes this entire matchup just very random for Ryu. On top of this, JP's heavy punch is very difficult to deal with using Ryu. It is only -3 on block, which is not punishable, and it is very difficult to whiff punish with Ryu. You need to use sweep down R2 from close range in order to whiff punish his standing heavy punch. And you don't get a good conversion from that. You don't get like big damage from that, while other characters like Ken can do standing heavy kick and get a good full-on conversion from that to whiff punish the standing heavy punch. Ryu does not have great offense, generally speaking. You need to use the throw loop. Only then you can make Ryu's pressure good in the corner once you get the opponent in the corner. And JP can punish throws very well with his amnesia, his counter. This is why I feel like this matchup is Ryu's worst matchup. I feel like you can't play neutral versus JP with Ryu. You can't pressure him well versus you can't pressure JP well with Ryu. So for this reason, I'm putting JP as Ryu's worst matchup in the game. This is it, guys. This is my matchup tier list, my matchup chart for Street Fighter 6 for Ryu. Let me know down in the comments, guys, what do you guys agree with? If you feel like some matchup you're playing well with Ryu versus this specific character, if you feel like I've misplaced a character or something like that, let me know. I'm going to use this video, this matchup list that we have made for Ryu as a guideline to make future videos, matchup videos, to teach you guys how to deal with a specific character and help you have a fighting chance versus the characters that are really bad for Ryu. Also, the matchups that are good for Ryu, I'm gonna make videos for that so that you guys can learn how to play this matchup and learn how to win with Ryu, since you guys are seeing that he does not have a lot of good matchups. He only has like two properly like advantages matchups. The other ones are bad, so you just have to play well, and you have to utilize every single tool that you have and punish the opponent's every single mistake in order to win with Ryu. You have to be knowledgeable. You cannot just play your game or be on autopilot mode and win with Ryu. You have to play very well and punish the opponent for their mistakes, and only then you can win with Ryu. So for that, we're gonna make more videos for matchup knowledge videos and to help you guys win those a lot of bad matchups. Yeah, so with that, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Take care.